Okay, folks, so here we are back at the chainsaw bench, and for those of you that are familiar with the channel, you've seen this saw run just with some fuel squirted down the carburetor. This is a Poulan Micro 25. Really nice example. It's got the chain brake, and it seems to be pretty much all original, except it's the fuel line is bad, so it needs to be replaced. And I've never worked on one of these before. I've worked on the Poulan Super 25. I've worked on those before, but never on one of these. And I'm not exactly sure how to do this, so I'm going to start by taking the bar and chain and the brake and the muffler cover and everything off, and we'll see where we get to. Because I know I have to get down to the fuel tank, and as far as I can tell, that's the only way to get to it. So we're just gonna see if we can just start taking some things apart, see what happens. Oh, that is the wrong size. Well, maybe this one. That's the right size, but I don't have, oh, here it is. I say I don't have a socket for it, or a driver for it, but I do. Have a deep well socket, so it's hard to get in there, but we got it. There's that, and I think there's a flathead screw back here. Okay, well, there's the chain brake and half of the case. Now let's see here. Take the fuel cover off. And how does that come out of there? I don't know. So let's get this off of here. Bar and chain. Well, I guess maybe we'll have to take this off. I have no idea where to go to from there, but let's see what we can find. Now there. Well, well, there's a couple of screws here by the up at the front of the starter housing. So let's see if we can, I don't know, see if we can get this apart. So I did have, I posted this on a Facebook group. I have never seen a Poulan Micro 25 that is exactly the same as this. That's all green except for the muffler cover with a chain brake. So, oh, there we go. So if anybody has seen one like this before, you know, I'd like to contact me, because I just, you know, I don't know. It looks like it might be two different saws that had been put together. Just the way the decals are and stuff. You know, this decal here is off center and doesn't look the same style as this one. And, you know, and I was just wondering if they mixed and matched. You know, this one here looks like it may have come from an older version, and this one maybe came from when it was Poulan Weed Eater, and this one maybe earlier than that, but I don't know for sure. So if anybody has any information on that, that would be appreciated. Just because I'm interested. Really no other reason than that. But let's see if we can get down into this muffler, or not muffler, this fuel tank. How does that work? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, the fuel line is in pieces, all corroded and nasty. I hope I have the right size for this, and I guess we'll find out as we go. I know it's quite small line, but maybe I'll be able to find something that'll work. But I'm gonna go clean this off, so I'm gonna pause you, and I'm gonna see if I can find some fuel line that'll fit this. So I'll pause you and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cleaned it up a little bit, at least, you know, just blew it off and put some fuel in it and shook it around just to kind of get some of the crap out of it. You know, it's still kind of oily and stuff, but that's okay. That's gonna happen. It's gonna stay that way probably. You know, once I put it back in the saw, it's just gonna get oily again. So, but I found the correct tubing, and I'm gonna replace the fuel filter. Hopefully this one will work. Get a new fuel filter in here, and with any luck, we'll be able to get this all back together and get this saw running. I've never, like I said, I've never run one. I've never run one of these other than just the one video I had, I don't know, about a week ago, of it just firing on a prime. And so we're just gonna, hopefully I can get it to go. You know, for those of you who don't know, I'm a Poulan fan, mainly of the larger displacement saws. You know, the 4200, the 5200. They're two of my favorite saws. I think the 5200 The 5200 is my favorite saw. I just love that saw, and actually the Super 25 kind of has it's a smaller saw, 38 cc's, top handle, but it has a special place in my heart too. I haven't run any of those on the channel. I'm in the process of trying to get one up and running, and it's just those are the saws that I learned how to run first. Those are my very first chainsaws that I ever ran. It's the saws that my dad had. His main saws was a Super 25 and the Poulan 4200. That's pretty much the only saws I ever saw him run. Until he, for whatever reason, he decided to buy a Husqvarna 350. And I was never that big of a fan. It seemed underpowered for what it was, but he ran it. It did have more power than the Super 25. It was significantly larger, and he enjoyed using it, but I just never really got into that one. I just loved that 4200 and then my grandfather's 5200. But anyway, I'm trying to get this fuel filter in there. We'll see. It's not cooperating with me here, but I also don't have my lookers on. Can't see what I'm doing. Come on. There we go. There we go. It's starting to go now. Almost got it. Oh, come on, a little more. Okay. So there's the fuel filter in. Really don't know exactly how long to make it, but we'll go with that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now let's see if I can figure out how this goes back in. Let's see, it goes like that. Okay, there we go. That part was easy. I don't know about the rest of it, but that part was pretty easy. Okay. Now I have this little connecting nipple here. Goes up so that the hose, or so that the fuel line can go up in through the handle. There we go. Okay. Is it nice and clean? Okay, so I am going to put this back on just so I can measure. Looks like I got to cut it right about there. Okay, and we'll get just a little bit of lubrication there. Get this back together. I know you guys probably can't see what I'm doing, but it's hard to videotape. Videotape. That shows how old I am. It's just hard to video. And I don't think anybody uses videotape anymore. But we'll get it together, and there we go. Okay. And oh, that's not gonna fit. Well, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of coercing to get that in there. Forgot to bring my knife down, so I have to use something else to cut the pipe with. Actually, looking at how these ones go together, it's way easier than the Super 25s. Those ones all contoured around everything, and they're very difficult to fish the lines through where they're supposed to go. But this one, they don't seem too bad. Pretty easy, and it's nice. It's nice when things are fairly easy to work on. Come on, get in there. Okay, there, that's in. Of course, now I probably jinxed myself, and it's going to be a bear to get back together. You know how it is. Just impossible to get it back together, probably, but hopefully it'll go. Hopefully it'll go. Those pliers. That is a tight fit. But I think it is started. So maybe I can. Oh, come on. Okay, well, I think we're going to try that. Let's see how that works. All right, so I'm going to put this section back together. That way it's not moving all around on me. Okay, and then this goes up through here. And somehow it's going to fit through there, so I can get it attached up on the carburetor. So let's see how this works. In there. I said I'm show my age by talking about videotaping. Well, show my age again by having to wear cheater glasses. Ooh, it wants, there we go, got it. Got it. All right. There we go. Now, let's see. I think it's got to go above. There's a little tab in here. I think it's got to go above that tab and below the other one where the where the throttle linkage goes on. Which I might try to put that back in there. Well, this is going to be fun. Huh. This just kind of slipped off as I was taking it apart, but it's being difficult getting it back together. Okay, so I'm outside. I finally got it back together. Took me a little while to get the hard part was getting the throttle linkage to get back together. But I got it, so I'm gonna put some fuel in it and see if we can get this little saw to fire. I mean, I know it runs, but I don't know if it will, you know, I don't know if the carburetor is any good, you know, if it needs to be rebuilt or anything. Oh, it doesn't hold very much gas. Not a very big tank. Okay, I'm going to give it a little bit of a prime. And we'll see what happens. Well, might have to do a little bit of tuning. Gotta remember where my tuning screwdriver is. Okay, so got my tuning screwdriver. I've got the low jet tuned to 1 turn out. Haven't touched the idle screw at all. And well, let's see what happens. I'm just going to give it a little bit of juice here. Come on.